street across town, Monday morning blue.
Hello, my name is Mike Pfaff, and this is my YouTube channel, Living in the Illusion. Now, as we go on through this discussion of the illusion, this is what we talked about last video. And we'll go through a slight review, and I've added a few things that were not in the original video. But do look at that video. I'll reference it up here. But this was our topic, a powerful truth. What you believe determines what you see. And we're going to talk about beliefs in the next video. But this one was what you believe determines the outcome. That's where we got outcome there. Now, in the last video, this was a model of how beliefs are formed and how your belief system is a coalescence coming together of many different videos to form a belief statement. So you have many belief statements, but each belief statement has many and many memories of life experiences that come together to form the belief. Beliefs aren't formed by one experience. They kind of grow as you experience more things. So, in this model, experience is the outside infinite field of everything and the information that comes to you through your senses. Now, outside, and this is, I wanted to point this out this time, outside is meaningless, is meaningless. It's energy, that's all. And your senses take in information, and it's chaotic. What makes it meaningful is your inside interpretation of the information that comes to you through your senses. So you make an interpretation which takes the chaos from outside and makes it meaningful for you inside. Now, your meaningful inside interpretation is going to be determined by your past experiences. See, you stream memories because you have every second, every moment of your life, you stream into a memory. It's your life. It's your life. And that memory is what makes your belief system. It categorizes each of the memories. This is in this belief, this one's a here, this is a certain kind of a memory around positive things, and you have a certain belief, and here's memories around negative things. Now, negative things are more important than positive. So, when you take the information in and interpret it, you have a feeling in the body. So, the interpretation is correlated with a feeling. If the feeling is good, how wonderful is that? If the feeling is terrible, that's what you're going to remember, because that indicates survival. So your beliefs determine what you see, what your life is, and the outcome of your life. Beliefs are very, very, very important. More important than we can appreciate. And so that's what we talked about in the last video. And now, a new video. And this is our topic for today. Amazing. When you believe it, you will see it. When you believe it, you will experience it. Now, this is a takeoff on the old saying, well, I'll believe it when I see it, which is basically 180 degrees away from what actually is. Now, here's why. From other videos, what do you see with your senses? What do you experience with your senses? Nothing with your senses. The senses can't tell you anything. I'll put another video I've referenced several times, but I'll reference it again up here, indicating that the senses don't tell you anything because they don't know anything. That's why the outside information, the eternal, infinite field of everything from which the senses gather information, has everything in it. Everything is in that information. Now, what makes it what you see or experience? It's not the information. It's your interpretation of the information. It's your interpretation of the infinite field of everything that your senses are responding to, that you interpret through your lens of perception, which is your belief system. This has got to start feeling like, oh, I know this, I understand it. You just can't live it yet. So let's us go on with this. First of all, begin to recognize magic surrounds you in the illusion. Nothing is what you think it is. And so now, let's take a look at what the senses see. So out here, I'm going to draw an eyeball. You're going to have to use your imagination. Make believe this is an eyeball. These are eyelashes. Not too good. Ha! Let's take them off and we'll do something else. Just make believe that here is your eyeball. And it's magnificent. The eye, which is only one of your organs, your sensory organs, is magnificent. But its main function is to take in the infinite field out here of everything, take in information, convert that information to electromagnetic and chemical signals and present it to your brain in the back, in the visual cortex. And you got two of these little eyeballs. The right one goes to the left side, and the left one goes to the right side in the brain. And in that process, what's going down this optic nerve? Trains and cars and puppy dogs? No. Plus, minus, zero, information, chaotic, information, just data going down here to the brain, which is I'm looking at it as the active mind, which is the mind, the brain, and the communication system, which is the central nervous system. Now these I call the active mind. In these, again, I'm just going to point out one of my favorite sayings. You can't find any memories in the brain, but we believe they're there. I'm going to leave that for now, and we'll get back to that, not in this video, but in another one maybe. So all your senses are doing the same thing. They are submitting different information based upon the design of the sense organ that we're talking about. And this happens to be the eye. So it is taking in information here in the form of light waves of energy between around 300 to, I'm guessing now, 900 nanometers in the electric spectrum, in the visual spectrum. That's all. There's all kinds of stuff outside of it, high and low vibrations. But this is what we know. We think, oh, that's everything. No, it's not everything. It's only what this instrument can detect. And so if we want to know what's higher or what's lower, we humans, as part of our birthright, develop instruments to look at those areas and then interpret them, bring them down to this so that we can interpret them in here, providing we can find the memories to use as the filter for this information. Now, what is out here? Everything. Everything. And nothing is missing. Nothing is missing. Everything is there. Why can't you see it? Because you're using your eye. Why can't you see it? You don't believe it's there. You filter out what you don't believe, and your world is developed inside of your belief system. Your belief system are memories that you have created of past events and build the next generation memories on it, and then the next one and the next one. So it is a cause and effect for each one of your senses and for the rendering of the complete memory with all five senses. Nothing's missing. Everything is here. What are you using to filter this information, this chaotic information? Your belief system. And if this information doesn't match what you already hold in your belief system, drops it out. So, another interesting saying, you see what you want to see, and you hear what you want to hear because it matches your belief system. If it doesn't match your belief system, you will not see it, period. if you don't believe it, it'll all disappear. You will never find it. And so your belief system drives what you experience. You can't experience anything outside of your belief system. Now, if you have new things happen in your life, they got to happen more than once, because you have to develop, grow a belief about it. You have to experience it. You have to look at it. And first you'll say, no, that can't be real. And then it happens again, and then it happens again, and then it happens. Now we got repetition, which is how you formed your first memories as a child. And so you have now memories of this over and over several times. And then from that, you will begin to develop a belief around that outside experience. And now your belief system changes, and now you can think thoughts within that new realm because you have a new belief system. When you add beliefs to your system, your subconscious mind, when you add a belief that the subconscious mind can accept because of repetition, just like a child picking up blocks, drinking out of a sippy cup, all of that over and over, you develop a belief. Oh, I can drink out of a sippy cup. And there you go. Now you have a belief. So your belief system expands, and sometimes it disappears because you had a belief, and then you have experience over and over that it's changed. Classic example, the world is flat. It's flat. Everybody knows that. Don't you know the world is flat? But then you get information over and over. In that case, a generation or two. And then you say, oh, world's round. Your belief system changed. And now you see this outside everything differently. You program, this information is going into this active mind, and you're developing a new world for you, because you create your world. So here we have what's going on here, the importance, the power, and I have another video, I think it's a playlist now, on how powerful beliefs are. And I'll reference it up here. So let's see, what else can we look at here? Oh, each one of your senses, for instance, the ear. The ear is getting pressure from the outside, from the infinite field. Energy pressure against the eardrum, which moves those three bones inside, which amplifies that vibration, which goes into the cochlea, and the cilia hanging down begin to vibrate, and they are connected to the brain through nervous system. But they are converted into electrical impulses. So there's nothing from, this is energy out here. The energy doesn't get inside. It's only the electrical impulses that go inside, and it's the electrical impulses that are filtered for relevant information based upon your belief system. So, now, if you believe it, you're going to see evidence from out here, because everything is here. Everything is here. You will get evidence that your belief is true. If you don't believe it, you won't get evidence. And therefore, for you, it doesn't exist. Beliefs are always true for the believer. It doesn't matter if it's real or not. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. The only thing that matters, do you believe it's true? So let us look at what A Course in Miracles has to say about this. And so I'm going to reference it up here. And here's what the Course says. You believe that what your physical eyes cannot see does not exist. I better say that again. You believe that what your physical eyes cannot see does not exist. And so if you believe a certain thing is there, you're going to see it. If you believe a certain thing isn't there, isn't true, it's not right, you're not going to see it. It doesn't matter how much evidence someone else lays in front of you. If you don't believe it, you'll negate the whole thing. No, that's not true. That's not true. I don't see it that way. That's not true. And for you, it's not going to be true. So the world for you is flat. Isn't that interesting? So what else can we say about that? Also, the Course in another place says the same thing I did. That's kind of where I got it. You will believe what you see with your eyes is possible, but what you believe is not there is equally impossible to see. I'll reference that because I'm not sure I said it quite right. So I'll reference that. We are looking at beliefs as a very powerful part of how you interpret your world, how your relationships are, how your job opportunities are, how everything that happens in your life is in your life because you believe it. If you don't believe it, it won't be in your life. And whether everything is here, it is in your life. If you want to see something else, you have to change the filter system, which is your belief system. When you change the filter of this information coming through your senses as data, when you change the filter system, which is your belief system, you create a whole new world. You can create it out of nothing. And in some stories from yogis, they can create stuff from thin air. How can they do that? Well, it's here. And if they believe they can, well, there it is. Then all they have to do is convince you that it's there. That's the hard part. So, When you believe it, you will see it. If you don't believe it, you will not be able to see it. You're a very powerful creator. Beliefs are always true to the believer. It doesn't matter if they're if the facts are true or false. It only matters if you believe they're true or false. There's much to talk about here in the illusion. And we look forward to seeing you next time, right here, in the illusion. Bye now.
La surveille de mes noces, ô grand Dieu, que la nuit durera.
La surveille de mes noces, ô grand Dieu, que la nuit durera.
Je mis la tête à la fenêtre, vis la lune au point du bois. La pointe du jour arrive, arrive, le joli jour arrivera.
La pointe du jour arrive, arrive, le joli jour arrivera.
Je mis la tête à la fenêtre, vis la lune au point du bois.
Vis la tête à la fenêtre, vis la lune au point du bois.
Je lui dis